Every day starts with a digital feed of curated lives, perfect scores, and flawless appearances. Society suggests that if you can just maintain this flawless outward projection, you'll be safe from judgment and failure. But there is a specific friction here. Those same layers meant to protect you eventually start to restrict your movement. Instead of functioning as a shield, the effort required to keep up this image becomes a heavy weight that drains your energy. You put on this armor hoping for strength, but the constant maintenance results in chronic exhaustion. By the time a real challenge arrives, the weight of these expectations has left you too tired to actually fight. 3,000 years ago, two massive opposing armies were caught in a tense, unyielding standstill in the Valley of Elah. On one ridge stood Goliath, a giant protected by heavy bronze armor, carrying a massive spear with a terrifying reach. The Israelite army looked at him and made a fatal mistake. They calculated their chances of survival using only outward, physical metrics. The intimidation of that bronze armor is a direct ancestor to the pressure of modern expectations. Because they focused only on what they could see, a force of professional soldiers became completely paralyzed. When an opponent is measured strictly by the world's standards of strength, the underdog is guaranteed to lose. Then David arrived, a teenage shepherd who didn't belong to the military hierarchy or its way of thinking. King Saul tried to help by forcing his own massive royal armor onto the young shepherd to give him a fighting chance. That armor represented a demand to fit into a pre-approved mold in order to be seen as legitimate. David took it off. He had not proven it, and he realized that wearing another man's expectations was a physical and strategic hindrance. He relied on the truth God told the prophet Samuel. Man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. By rejecting the armor, David moved the struggle into a different arena. The battle ceased to be a contest of physical mass and became a demonstration of spiritual reliance. David found his real speed and precision the moment he stripped away the metal that did not belong to him. He stepped out onto the battlefield completely unburdened, armed with a sling, a few smooth stones, and divine backing. Against Goliath's heavy weaponry, David brought an agile, inwardly driven approach that the giant couldn't even see coming. Your giants this week might look like anxiety about school, a fractured friendship, or a deep sense of isolation. Attempting to fight these battles by projecting a flawless outward image will only lead to the same paralysis the Israelites felt. Drop the heavy, curated armor you wear for society. Maintaining that facade is incompatible with true spiritual resilience. When we stop trying to project a perfect appearance, God uses our authentic, faithful hearts to make our biggest obstacles fall.